you know, I'm not going to say that about all the other girls. For the rest of the girls who are in the competition, I wish them so much luck. And I have so much love for them. But
hello, my loves. My name's Zach, and welcome back to another episode of Pop Off, the chat show where we talk to the eliminated queens of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6. And joining me in the studio today, enter the void with her. It's Zahirah Zapantas!
Mabuhay, it's Zahirah.
Zahirah, the encyclopedia.
Yeah!
That is stuck in my head.
Good.
I was like, that's going in.
Zahirah is the encyclopedia. Let's just get it
Are
real.
you really?
Thank you.
Do you watch
No, she is. Zahirah, the encyclopedia.
Wow, Zahirah, we are really out here on this day. I am so gutted to see you here this early. I mean, I guess it's not even super early, but last night my heart was like racing, like pounding like this, just to see you and Lill, my two faves.
Right.
I was like, I don't want either of you to go home. It was literally, it was insane. It was a hard watch, I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it would have been heartbreak. It would have been pure heartbreak. I love Lill so much. She's so amazing. And like to do the lip sync with her was definitely hard. But what was great about that was right before we went and did the lip sync, she held both of my hands and she looked at me and she said, "It's not even a thing, Zahirah. Like, just let the audience see what Manchester's got." And I feel like that's what we did. And
yes,
I'm so happy for her to be able to continue on the competition and represent Manchester because she's so amazing. She's such an enigma. Like, her mind is a bit wild. I've known her for years, but like I still can't quite figure it out. But you know, it's definitely sad to see me go, but be happy that I was there and I was able to grace your TV screens with this beauty.
Yes. And honestly, this look you're giving today, I'm like, my eyes won't go. I have a script next to me and I can't even look at the script. I'm looking at you, baby. You are taking up all of my attention. You look so good. You're glowing, the color. Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
Think it's muggy up in here. It's actually quite muggy in this room. Like, it's fully muggy in this room.
Yeah, it was muggy outside. I woke up, I was like, whoa.
Right. But it's also muggy.
It's scary. So, I mean, you just said, obviously, you and Lill both from Manchester, Mancunian Queens, big up Canal Street.
Absolutely.
GAY. I've had some very iconic nights in Manchester GAY, I'll tell you that, and cruise. I actually lived in Manchester for a year before I moved to London, so it holds a very special place in my heart. It must have been, I know what Manchester is like. I know what the gay scene in Manchester is like. You guys are so tight knit. You guys, there is so much love. One of my besties, Arrow. Do you know Arrow?
I love Arrow. Oh my
Arrow's
God.
my best friend.
That's my Gaga sister.
Yes!
Love Gaga. That's my Gaga sister.
Arrow's, like, I've known Arrow since like 2018. She's my Manchester girl, my bestie. We always listen to Gaga together, Kesha. Yeah, anyway, she told me about you guys, and she told me because obviously she knows all of you. And I feel like there's such a sense of community there. It must have been emotional for you to stand on that stage opposite your Manchester sister and have to lip sync it out.
Absolutely, because like the thing is, yeah, we're both sickening. Like, we're both sickening. It's actually like crazy. Like, think about how sickening we are. So like it's so hard because this cast is just jam-packed.
Oh my God, yeah.
So much talent, so much fierceness, and like, you can't clock Lil's mug. Like, she could do spooky, ooky, she could do beauty. She could do all of that. And like, the way that she thinks concepts in her mind, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And same goes for all the other queens. It's so interesting, you know, putting like a melting pot of different queens, of, you know, of color, of like different types of drag. And then you put that in a melting pot and you've got like an amazing season. So like every week we were looking at each other like, there's no way this person's going home, this person's going home. But at the end of the day, like may the best drag queen win.
Yeah, yeah. I have a Drag Race group chat with a few of my queer friends, and every week at 9 p.m, there's a message in there that says, "This is the best season we've had in years. This cast is amazing." Again last night, and it makes me so happy. I mean, I'm the one sending the messages too. I'm like, I love it so much. The caliber is so high. So obviously last night we saw you as part of Dracula's Child, the group performing Dead or Alive. You were with Octavia, your girls Chanel, Kyron, Marmalade. How do you feel about the girls group challenge?
Oh my God, I was so excited. I was really excited for this one. I really wanted to be in the top. I mean, I wanted to be in the top every episode, but I was like, oh my God, like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. You know, I love K-pop and I love performing like K-pop girl group songs.
Oh, nice.
So like I grew up with that. So I was like, to be part of like my own girl group, it was like the fantasy.
Yeah, that was the ultimate fantasy.
It was just so much fun. Like Octavia and Kyron like both choreographed it, and I was like, living. I wish they aired the dip though, because they showed it in rehearsal and it looked like I was dying on rehearsal. But like I landed the dip, they just didn't show it. But yes.
Hey, they have to. I find like with girl groups, there's always a sense of a narrative when it comes to the edit. You know, they'll show all the girls like struggling, like barely picking up the choreo, and then they'll absolutely slay it. And it's like you never know which way they're gonna go. And you know, I don't know how long do you guys rehearse for? Is it like
hours, and then
they take what 1 minute of that 3-hour rehearsal, and it's like. Yeah. What do we ever really see? You know, no one is ever going to pick it up perfectly or instantly. So they really get to choose whether they show you smashing it in the rehearsal or just picking it up for the first time and practicing and looking like you're not slaying it when really you slayed it. And also, can I say, I don't think your performance was in any way bad. I thought you killed it.
The lift was a little crunchy. We did do it better.
The lip was a little crunchy, but that's not even you. That's like the other girls as well. You know, they have to support you. You have to be in time. That's a group effort. When your verse came in, I was living.
Zahirah, like the
and also all of your looks, the cohesion in the looks,
cohesivity. You know, referencing Kiki. Cohesivity.
I thought your whole group killed it. I thought both groups did really well. And I think when it comes to the girl groups, there is always one, especially in the edit. I mean, a classic example of this is UK season 2. You know, you have the United King dolls. That song went on to chart on the UK top 40. It's now like a staple. Like,
absolutely,
the girls will still perform it now. And the other group, for example, I can't remember for the life of me who was in that group. The other groups wasn't as popular. You know, there's always that difference. There's always that one higher, one outshines the other. This episode, though, both groups were amazing.
Oh yeah, no.
Gonna chart. Surely, maybe both songs will chart. Who knows?
Oh my God, literally.
They have to.
Watch out, Dracula's Child. We are going to take over, mama. There's things coming. So this is not the last you've seen of Dracula's Child.
Really? I mean, I can't stop singing la 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 la.
Yes.
La.
Yes. It's so weird being able to listen to it back after like a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's catchy as hell as well. So.
Absolutely. Oh, amazing! I love it. I can't wait to perform it all over.
Oh yes, that's what we wanted to hear. Great, amazing. I feel like sometimes girls, they'll have some sort of, I guess, distastefulness to whatever sent them home. But for you to be so on board with Dracula's Child and be like, the album is coming, that makes me
absolutely. You know, every week. I watch it in different cities, in different bars, all around the UK. Yeah. And I watch myself back, and this was filmed like nearly a year ago now. And every episode, I'm like nitpicking myself, like as if I'm one of the good judges. But I'm like, I would have done this. I would have done this now. Because I've grown so much since coming out of the season and elevated myself so much since my elimination that like. I feel like my drag has grown exponentially.
Really?
As creative, we're always going to criticize our work. And I think it's like, not in a bad way, but it's also quite healthy because I'm pushing myself so hard because I do take the judges' critiques on board. I signed up for this, and I see where they were coming from, and yeah, elimination. Who? It's all about elevation.
Yes, exactly. And I so hear you that as creatives, you know, I mean, obviously I'm not a drag artist, but again, my drag friends, I can only use Arrow as a really good example of this, at ArrowXOX on Instagram for the viewers watching. But
Absolutely.
we will look back through at her Instagram, even from 12 months ago, and she's like, hate that. Why did I do that? And now she's like evolving, and you constantly, as drag artists, you guys are constantly evolving. And the stuff now, in 2 years' time, you'll probably look back at this season, you'll be like, why did I do that? Or I could have done this here, I could have done that. But that's just because you're so much better then.
Oh,
you know?
for sure. Even in the episode, I dropped out of my chair when we were all talking at the mirrors, and we were talking about Halloween, and I'm there saying, Zahirah was born on Halloween, and they showed that crunchy picture.
Yeah, I loved that picture.
I was like, oh my God. But also, like, you see that and you see Zahirah now, and you're like, yeah, I have evolved, and it's good to be able to look back at that and think, look how far I've come. So it was so funny, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. If however old I was back then, I was a teenager, you know, if I could tell that little Zahirah what she'd be like in however many years' time, and she'd be on Drag Race UK, it's just like she'd say yes.
Sure. Another part of last night's episode that had me dying was you singing "Let Me Come in You" to Alexandra Berg. You're crazy.
Oh my God, I saw her last week at the Attitude Awards.
I was literally going to say, did you not? So I'm assuming that you had the chance to offer her your most sincere apology in person.
Oh girl, she loved it. She loved it.
She was dying. It was hilarious.
Filming, I was like, a dog in here? Like, and that just came out of my mouth. And I was like, watching that back, I'm like, well, you know what?
Alexandra loved it.
Yeah, Alexandra loved it. And also, merch is out now. So official Zahirah merch is out now for Let Me Come In You. So
yes,
you come to a Zahirah performance, you can clack your fan, and I will see you in the crowd.
Yeah, and that's come spelled COME, by the way, for the YouTube moderators that are watching.
Oh,
we all do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's PG over here.
PG always.
So we get to the Call Me Mother Nature runway. Who were your favorites?
Oh my God. Okay. When we all lined up for this runway, I thought this is going to be a fan favorite runway because everybody smashed it. And I cannot wait to see all of the fan art from this runway. My favorites were rileasa. That was incredible. I also liked how different Lill's was because she was dressed up as a snake, and loved that. And Marmalade, like, she made that. Oh, and myself, I made my look too.
Marmalade was giving me high fashion couture supermodel. I know Kate Moss is shaking. Kate Moss
Absolutely.
is quivering in her boots right now.
She's like, Marmalade is her own atelier. Like, that is...
Wow.
It's incredible. Like, her mind is, she's beyond. And I've told her this to her. She's, what's beyond, it's Marmalade.
Yeah. And we hear the judges obviously say that waist up, they loved your outfit. It was impeccable. Waist down is where they thought there was issues with the boots playing against your height. Do you agree with those critiques?
I do feel like I actually, not that, looking at myself on the runway, a little bit more of a cinch. Just a little bit more of a cinch. But also, my critiques previous were like, you're playing it too safe on the runway. Like, you need to complete the whole look, right? You need to, like, have that completion and fine-tuning. So I was like, this is the most elevated, the most exaggerated, the biggest look thus far at that point in the competition.
True.
I was like, you know, but I take it on board, and I get it. I'm a short queen, and I need to lengthen myself. But yeah, Still
Right.
loved it. Still loved it. Still stand by it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. It was not a bad look in any respect. I think what Michelle said was it was literally just the boots. That's
Yeah.
just what affects the whole look. Yeah, they take everything into consideration. But the headpiece, I was stunning. It was gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was like a work of art, huh?
Yes, it was a work of art, babe. Everything. So we see you and Lill placed in the bottom two. What do you think of those placements?
As I said, like, it felt like an all-stars cast, if I'm honest. Like, we were filming and we were like, this feels like all-stars. We never filmed Drag Race before. But like, it's right. It's just so star-studded. So, you know, it was heartbreaking. And regardless of the result, it would have been heartbreaking for one of us. And I was enjoying myself so much on the show. And I didn't want it to end. I don't want it to fight. I wanted to fight so hard. Was there a feeling of a little bit of defeat? Like coming into the critiques? Yeah, because of the previous weeks before. But I just gotta remember, like, to remind myself that I'm so fierce it hurts. Like it literally, Zach, like I'm so fierce it literally hurts.
I saw some people online saying that actually the judging this episode, they found, despite you and Lill being their favorites, they found that RuPaul and the judges were judging very fairly. And what they were comparing it to was a little other season called Global All Stars that's currently airing, where the judging is maybe not so accurate. Do you agree with that statement?
With this episode in particular, Lill definitely was struggling. And did I struggle? You know what? I could have hit some of my moves harder, but I'm not going to place anybody who was in the competition with me at that point, who else should have been in the bottom. At the end of the day, that wasn't my job. My job is to compete. My job was not to put people in the bottom or who I think. That's not my job.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tear other competitors down for my own benefit. Let's just say that to make myself feel better. Yeah. Because I'm a sport and drag is a sport. And you have to have sportsmanship conduct.
Yeah.
And I will hold my ground when it comes to my principles and how I conduct and how I behave myself. You know, I'm not gonna say that about all the other girls. For the rest of the girls who are in the competition, I wish them so much luck and I have so much love for them. But, you know, listen, I'm so weird. Like, I'm so above it all. I'm like, Zach, I'm so above it all. Like, look at the material.
Being above
the
drama or the critiques, what are you above?
I'm above how some other queens maybe. You know what? My principles, I will hold them true to who I am as a person. And that's on period. That's on site. I'm here to talk about myself. This is the emancipation, the blossoming of Zahirah Zapantas. And that is the tea. That is the tea.
You didn't have that much drama this season.
No, because you know what? Maybe people think that I'm a little chihuahua, but you know, a little chihuahua. But you know, push me hard enough, and I'll be a pit bull. But you know what? I'm a pageant queen, the beauty queen, and I will hold myself as such.
We saw Dita call out your no trouser critique last week, but that was literally about it. You were not caught up in any drama, any flares, any workroom confrontation. So I think, were you happy with how you were represented on the show, with how you were affected to the audience?
Yeah, no, that like my time on the show, I feel like it was very accurate to how I felt in the moment filming it. And it's nice to see like my fun side, my authentic side. Again, I critique myself based on like some of the looks, but the talent was there. Like my talent was there. Like my acting was great. I helped the other girls during our design challenge because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Like, could I have, you know, not helped them and like elevated my look a lot more? Yeah, absolutely. But also, it wouldn't have been true to who I am as a person to not help my brothers Octavia and Kyron. So yeah, I feel so authentic to myself and like how I was represented on the show. So yeah, I can't look back at it and think, oh, that's not me. No, that's who I am. That is who I am.
Zahirah, for our last 60 seconds, we're going to play a game called Word Association. It's a game we play with all of our pop-up guests. The rules are super simple. I say a word and you say the first word that pops into your head.
Period.
Start a clock, 60 seconds, and we'll see how many you can get. We're then going to compare your score to all your other castmates, and whoever gets the highest score wins a prize. I think so far in the lead, it's Dita with 16. Are you ready?
Stunning.
3, 2, 1, go. Makeup.
Me.
Designer.
Marmalade.
RuPaul.
Professional.
Busted.
Not me. Not me, bitch.
Appendix.
Appendix. Encyclopedia.
Oh, stimulation.
The Void.
Underwear.
Coming out soon.
Oh, theft.
Oh, me stealing sewing machines from the from the workroom.
Surgery. Michelle. You can't say the same word twice. You have to do a different one.
Okay, Michelle. Eyebrows, sickening. Sculpted.
Delivery.
Delivery. Delivery. Kiki Snatch.
Ooh, beard.
Bit. Danny.
Horror.
Kyron Thrax.
Damn, we're out of time. I'll give you.
Oh, I feel like I could have done better, but you know what? She was a bottom last night, and she's a bottom today, I guess.
Okay, Zahirah, I'm very happy to tell you that you scored 12 points. Woo! So unfortunately, that's the lowest we've had so far, but you are still a winner in my eyes. And I want some of that Zahirah Zapanta underwear.
Absolutely, absolutely. Coming soon, jock straps and thongs, all of the sort. You know what? I'm really not a one-word queen like that. I'm not a one-word queen like that. I'm not. I'm not a paragraph, you know?
Zahirah, thank you so much for speaking with me. Please tell the world where they can find you and what you have coming up in your life.
Hi everybody, it's Zahirah. You can find me everywhere at Zahirah Zapanta. Everywhere on social media. You can book your cameos. You can see me on TikTok. All of the sorts. YouTube, mama. And watch out for some new music, some new merch. I'll be going on tour soon, so watch out for the announcements for that. Thank you all for all of the support and the love. I love you. Enter the void with me.
Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe for weekly pop-up episodes with the Queens, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Mwah.